What's up, guys? It's Multilingo, and today I'm going to be talking about questioning and why it's important to question. Questioning is so important because it causes us to learn. Children learn by asking questions. Students learn by asking questions. New recruits learn by asking questions. Innovators understand clients by asking questions. Even Google runs by you asking questions. Questioning is one of the biggest signs of self-awareness and independence, which is exactly why it is also hated by a lot of people. Some people, they don't want you to question, they just want you to follow. They don't want you to figure out your own answers, they just want to give you the answer and expect you to accept that for what it is. If it's so obvious that questioning is such a powerful way of learning, then why do we discourage other people from asking questions? Well, as it turns out, there are a couple of answers why. One reason is because people are just lazy and they assume that everything that they're told is true. They assume that all of the knowledge that they have already is correct and they're too lazy to ask more questions. They cling to their own beliefs and they remain certain in their own assumptions, and they usually end up looking foolish. Another reason why people may not ask questions is because they're in a hurry or they're in the rush. For example, I have recently started working at IT at my college. Now, my training for this job was only about an hour and 30 minutes, and when you're doing an IT job, you have to know a lot of information. So when I was getting trained, I was too afraid to ask questions because I felt like my boss wanted to hurry me up and wanted to get me ready for my job working at the help desk, and I realized that that was a stupid thing to do because within the first 3 hours of working that job, I had no idea how to do anything because I was too much in a hurry to ask questions. I thought it would be foolish to ask questions because it would somehow be a detriment to my performance. As it turns out, not asking questions was a detriment to my performance. And now we get to the last and most common reason for why people don't ask questions. They're just afraid to look weak, ignorant, or unsure. Obviously, when you ask a question, you're basically admitting that you don't know the answer. So some people are afraid of that state. They're afraid of looking like they don't know the answer and would rather just not ask the question. Either that, or it could be a matter of they're afraid of being challenged or shut down by somebody else. Obviously, if you're a part of a religious group and you ask questions, that another person might shut you down, they might discourage you from asking questions, they might shame you, they might scold you. This actually has a lot to do with why I'm making this video in the first place. For those of you who don't know, I follow a YouTuber who happens to be Muslim. His name is Kareem and his channel is Are We Famous Now? In the video inquiry that I sent to him, I already explained to him that even though I'm an atheist, I still follow him because I find that his content is relatable, it's humorous, and it's something that everybody should watch because a lot of his stuff is positive. I basically asked him a series of 5 questions regarding his religion. Not all of them were regarding his religion, but they were mostly regarding his religion. And the reason why is because I'm an atheist and I ask questions, and sometimes I challenge other people, even those who are part of religions, to also ask questions. Most of the questions were basically just how would you act if your own personal beliefs didn't align with your religious beliefs, and how do you feel about your non-religious fans like me? Now, obviously, he was pretty classy in answering all the questions, and I thought he did a really good job, and that wasn't an issue. But obviously, a lot of his followers, some of them are haters and they're trolls and they're kind of like people who are just negative anyway. A lot of those people were directly insulting me, and it's quite ridiculous. I have messages, I got a lot of comments telling me that I'm nobody and that I can't ever question their religion and that I have to be a follower of Islam to question the religion. The reason why it enrages religious people often that atheists ask questions is because it shows that you're self-reliant. I'm not going to go into the history of religion, but throughout most of human history, religion is basically a form of government. It's basically a way that people control you. It's basically a form of government. Now, in the ancient world, religion worked very well at doing this, but in modern society, it doesn't always work. People don't know what to think of you when you aren't controlled under their religion, which is why it feels so good to be an atheist. It feels like I control me. I control my own destiny. I control my own thoughts. I don't have to feel guilty about being born in original sin. For those of you who don't know, I was raised Protestant Christian. From a very young age, I was told that I had to repent and ask God for forgiveness because I had been born into what's called original sin. Now, surprisingly, a lot of mindless people believe this. Why should I beg someone for forgiveness for something that I didn't do? And that is just one of the many reasons why I became an atheist, is because I don't want to be trapped in a way of thinking that isn't mine. I don't want to be trapped in a way of thinking that gives answers that don't really answer my questions. To all of my atheist viewers out there, and if you're just non-religious in general, even if you're not affiliated but you still possibly believe, if you're agnostic, all that stuff, never stop asking questions. You will get insulted, you'll get hate from everybody, and keep asking them and don't stop. I got a lot of hate for this, like for this video, and I tried to make it as respectful as possible because I honestly respect this YouTuber, and I still got a lot of hate, but I don't even care because I am me. I don't care. I'm not going to apologize for who I am. I'm not going to apologize for asking questions. I will never apologize for how I was made. Thank you guys for watching.